The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the impossible readings flashed across every screen. Bella, the Xanthari ambassador with crystalline skin that reflected the starlight of 1,000 worlds, stared at the data with her 3 eyes wide in disbelief. "It cannot be," she whispered, her translator device struggling to convey the tremor in her voice. "Earth, the lost world, it has returned." 2,000 years had passed since humanity's cradle had vanished from the cosmos. One moment the blue jewel had orbited its yellow star. The next nothing remained but empty space and unanswered questions. The galaxy had mourned, then forgotten, moving on as civilizations do. Humanity itself had scattered among the stars, their homeworld reduced to legend and myth. Commander Faraz stood on the bridge of the human exploration vessel Defiance, his weathered hands gripping the console as the viewport revealed what shouldn't exist. Earth. Not as it had been in the ancient hollows, but transformed, gleaming with technologies that made his military-grade scanner implants ache trying to process the data. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, her voice barely steady. "The energy readings are off every known scale. That's not just Earth, that's something more." Faraz nodded slowly. He had been born on Kepler Station, 3 generations removed from anyone who had walked on Earth's surface. Yet seeing it now, he felt something primal stir in his chest. An ancient calling, a genetic memory perhaps, or simply the weight of 2 millennia of loss suddenly reversed. "Open a channel," he ordered. "All frequencies." The response came immediately, but not in any language the Defiance's computers recognized. The audio was harmonic, layered, as if dozens of voices spoke in perfect synchronization. Then abruptly it shifted to clear standard Galactic. "Children of the stars, welcome home." Bella arrived at Earth's orbit within days, her diplomatic cruiser flanked by representatives from 47 member species of the Galactic Council. The Assembly had demanded answers. Where had Earth been? How had it returned? And most pressingly, what gave it the audacity to emit energy signatures that dwarfed entire star systems? The human delegation that teleported aboard the Council flagship defied all expectations. They appeared human, 2 arms, 2 legs, familiar faces, yet something fundamental had changed. They moved with unnatural grace, their eyes containing depths that suggested they perceived realities beyond the visible spectrum. The lead delegate, a woman who introduced herself simply as Maya, smiled at the assembled aliens with genuine warmth. "We apologize for the confusion our return has caused. Earth didn't disappear by choice. We were taken, protected. Bella's translator device crackled. "Protected by whom? From what?" Maya's expression grew somber. "From ourselves, and from what we might have become if we'd continued on our original path." She gestured, and holographic images filled the chamber. Scenes of Earth 2,000 years prior, teetering on the edge of ecological collapse, nuclear arsenals primed, societies fragmenting. "We were given a choice," Maya continued. "Evolve or perish." An ancient intelligence, something that existed before the first stars ignited, intervened. They called themselves the Architects. They removed Earth from normal space-time and placed us in an accelerated learning environment. Faraz leaned forward from his position in the human observer section. 2,000 years passed out here. How long was it for you? Subjectively? 200,000 years. The chamber erupted in disbelief. Bella's crystalline surface flickered with colors indicating shock. "Impossible. No species can survive that long without cultural collapse, genetic drift, technological stagnation." "Not survive," Maya interrupted gently. "Transcend. The Architects didn't just save us, they tested us. Every challenge, every obstacle, every failure and triumph, compressed into an eternity of growth. We learned to manipulate matter at the quantum level. We mapped consciousness itself. We discovered that reality is far more malleable than any species in this galaxy has dared to imagine." She paused, her gaze sweeping across the diverse assembly of aliens. "But most importantly, we learned what it truly means to be human. Not just clever apes with technology, but beings capable of infinite compassion, creativity, and cooperation. We had to face every dark impulse, every violent tendency, every selfish urge, and consciously choose to be better. For 200,000 subjective years, we chose evolution over extinction." A Kravik war master, his exoskeleton bristling with military decorations, rose from his seat. Your words speak of peace, yet your world radiates power that could sterilize entire sectors. What are your intentions? Maya's smile never wavered. To share what we've learned. To uplift, not conquer. To protect, not dominate. She gestured again, and new images appeared. Technologies, medical advances, energy solutions, all offered freely. The architects gave us a gift, and gifts are meant to be shared. We return not as the humanity that left, desperate and divided, but as something new. Call it post-human if you like. We call it actualized. Bella studied the human delegate with her analytical third eye, the one that could perceive emotional truth beneath spoken words. What she saw staggered her. Absolute sincerity tempered with profound wisdom and an almost parental patience. Why return now? Bella asked quietly. Because the galaxy faces a crisis you don't yet fully comprehend, Maya replied, her voice gentle but urgent. The architects showed us the patterns. The same destructive forces that nearly consumed us are emerging across dozens of civilizations simultaneously. War, environmental collapse, technological stagnation masked as progress. We've seen this story before, we lived it, and we can help you write a different ending. Feroz felt tears on his cheeks, unexpected and unashamed. His entire life had been defined by being the descendant of a lost world. Now that world stood before the galaxy, not as a memory but as a beacon. What do you need from us? He asked, his voice carrying across the silent chamber. Maya's eyes found his, and in them, he saw depths that stretched beyond time itself. Only what you've always had. The courage to hope, the strength to change, and the wisdom to accept help when it's offered. 2,000 years ago, we were lost children playing with forces we couldn't control. Today, we're ready to help our siblings among the stars avoid the same mistakes. She extended her hand in an ancient human gesture of peace and partnership. Welcome to the new age of the galaxy. Together, we'll make it extraordinary. As Bella reached out to clasp Maya's hand, her crystalline surface shimmering with colors of hope and anticipation, the assembled representatives of 47 worlds witnessed the moment everything changed. Earth had returned, and with it the promise that no species need face its darkest hour alone. The age of human guardianship had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. The end.